Hello! Today's good news is all about concrete, which is something that generally doesn't get much of a shout out. It is, after all, responsible for a sizable chunk of the world's carbon emissions, and making it involves sticking limestone in enormous kilns and heating it to ridiculous temperatures. So, in a nutshell, we make concrete by cooking rocks and adding climate change. But there is some good concrete news, because scientists think we might be able to turn one of the industry's biggest problems into part of the solution. Limestone contains carbon dioxide. When you heat it to make cement, some of that CO2 gets released. That's one of the reasons that cement production is such a big source of emissions. But, and this is the key, once limestone's been processed, calcium-based materials can absorb CO2 again. So scientists are looking at ways of combining that natural carbon absorption with clean electricity to run the kilns. And in the right setup, the material could potentially absorb more CO2 than the process puts into the atmosphere. So in other words, we could end up with concrete that doesn't just produce less carbon, but actually take some carbon back out. Now, we're not there yet. Your local builder won't be turning up tomorrow with a bag of climate-free concrete for you. The technology still needs developing and scaling, and the industry has a very large and very complicated job ahead of it. But it's still a really encouraging idea because we need this stuff. We need houses, hospitals, bridges, roads, all the other things that stop civilization looking like a field with Wi-Fi. But right now, scientists are finding ways to tackle one of the world's dirtiest industries without pretending we can simply stop using this stuff. And it turns out limestone, which has spent millions of years sitting around just being a rock, may have another trick up its sleeve. First, it helped to build civilization. Now, it might help us to clean up after it. Not bad for a rock, eh? Dwayne Johnson needs to pull his finger out. For more good news, check out our weekly podcast, Everything's Fine, probably available wherever you get your podcasts.